Hi everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft and I'm back with another tutorial. Last week we made the Advent wreath and I've seen so many people make it and it looks brilliant. Now this week I've got another one. First thing I want to say is do not be put off thinking it's hard or it looks complicated. It may do, but it is not. It's so simple to make, easier than the wreath in my opinion. Also I want to say I saw this on a lady's channel. I believe she's French. I'll put the link underneath. I think she may be called Lou Scrap. The concept of it, the idea, I got it from this lady's channel, but I didn't make it to her measurements. For one, it was all in French, but I just made my own measurements and a few little changes on the inside and stuff. But I'll link her tutorial below. But I'm so excited to show you this. So, it is a beautiful big box. And it's not the one where you open it and it has all the little advents inside. Well, it does, but it's not that one. Wait till I open this and show you. And I promise it is not hard. Are you ready for this? How amazing is this? I love this calendar. These just pull down and you put your little advent chocolates or whatever gifts in there. And this bit was what I did different. I put some little cotton wool, put little lights in. You don't have to add the lights, but I'll show you how to do that. These little figures I got from Amazon, but you could put whatever you want in them. And it is not hard. I know it looks it, but trust us, it isn't, because it's just all done in little pieces. The boxes are just glued in and that makes a shelf, which you then put your little decorations on. But this is beautiful. Oh, I love it. I just want to keep making them, but I have nowhere to put them, so I can't. But yes, it is beautiful. The light's really easy. I just punched a hole and I've put them in one of the boxes, so they're hidden in there. But yeah, stick around and I'll show you how easy it is to make. Alright, we're going to start off with our boxes. Now this, again, like last week, it's such an easy box to make. Time consuming because you need to make 24, but very, very simple. Piece of card needs to be 8 1/4 inches by 6 1/2. On the 8 1/4 inch side, you're going to score at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, whoops, and then 8 inches. Turn it to the short side and then you're going to score at 2, 4, oops, and 6. That's it. And then just fold and burnish it. Then you're going to cut this small little rectangle off. So you've got the thin 1/2 inch score line in front of you. You've got the small score lines to the right. So cut the first one away. Then you also want to cut the rectangle and the little small one, so turn it round so they're now towards the left, and then cut this whole bit away so you're only left with a little middle piece here. That's what you should be left with. These 3 lines here, you can just slightly cut up to the middle of them, so you are removing the bit of the score line. So you're just taking a little piece out. I've got to say as well, these scissors are brilliant. I just got them on my website the other day, but I've been using them for about a week. And actually the points of them, they really like go, you know, right into the corners where you want them to. Because I've got some, I'll show you here, these are Fiskars, and these cost about 25 quid I think, and they don't. Can you see how the top's really rounded? These are more the point, so they're actually really good. Anyway, turn it this way, so you've got the 1/2 inch score line here, and what you want to do is the very end box here, you want to remove, you want to cut down the score line there. So you've got that. You want to keep the end one, and you want to just cut all the way along these three, leaving about 1/2 inch, and then you want to get rid of the middle one. So fold them in so you don't cut them off, and just remove the middle one. And then you can take a tiny little piece from here, so you don't want your box, you know, flapping open, and then again another little bit from there. So turn it around the right way, and that's what you should have. Okay, then you want to turn it round, and we just want a bit of glue down here. So do 24 of these. Just stick that down, and then you want to glue the bottom together. Okay, so that's what you should have your box, because the box is going to open this way. So I've also cut some little 1/2 inch circles. Just fold them in the middle like that, and this is going to help you open your little box. So you just want glue on one little half of it, and then you're just going to glue it on to the top of the little flap here, and that'll give you your little opening handle. And then you want 25 pieces if you're going to put a back in, like a mirror card. These are 1 7/8 square. And then these are, would that be 1 5/8? No, 1 3/4 square. 25 of your little pieces of patterned paper. And I'm going to glue that onto the silver mirror card. And then we want to glue this onto our lid. And just pop that under there, and that is a box done. No, we don't need a finger hole in these, so there you go. There is your little boxes. So make 24. I'll finish the rest of mine and I'll be back. Alright, so I have got the boxes made. Now there's only 12 boxes here because you just need to work with 12 at a time, because what we're going to do here you're going to do twice, and that's what makes the calendar. So I've got the 12 boxes, put them away for now, we don't need them yet. Now we're going to do the sides, and this is, it's really simple. I know it doesn't look it, but it honestly is. So you're going to need to do your frame, you're going to need 4 pieces of card. It's all done in one, you know, like each section, which I think makes it really simple. So you're going to have, let me get my little measurements. So you're going to have 2 pieces which are slightly bigger. So these measure 10 1/8 by 5 3/4. You need 2 of them. These are going to be the top and the bottom. Then you need 2 which are only a little bit different. These are 10 by 5 3/4. So just 1/8 of an inch in it. And these will be the sides. So the smaller pieces will be the 2 sides. We'll do them first because these are the easiest. All you're going to do with these on the short side, you are going to score these at 1/2 inch. Two and 5/8, 3 1/8, and then 5 1/4 inches. That's it. So you just end up with that. Obviously we need to do it twice. Just checking I've got the right size piece. So 1/2 inch, 2 5/8, 3 1/8, and 5 1/4. So that's the sides done. We'll put these together first. Just fold and burnish them. And literally it's just that. That's just so simple. It's sort of just a long thin box without top and bottoms. All you're going to do is glue it together. Obviously you've got your other one to make. I'll do that one off camera. So you've got 2 of these to do. Just glue it together. Whoops. So simple. There you go, that's your side. So you've got your other piece to do as well, but as I said, I'll do that off camera. So that's the sides done. Take your larger piece, which is 10 1/8 by 5 3/4. Now this one is just the same, except there's an extra score line. So this one, score your long side at 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, short side 1/2 inch, 2 5/8, 3 1/8, and 5 1/4. So you can see it's exactly the same, except we've scored the long side at 1/2 inch. Now there's an extra score line. Oh, sorry, there would be 2 actually with them, but never mind. So long side again. All you're going to do is score at 1/2 inch, but you're only going to go down to the first score line. So 1/2 inch just to the first score line. And you want to do the same on the other side. So turn that round, 1/2 inch to the score line. So that's all you end up with. You've got this extra one. It's not going to focus because it's white. You've got this extra one here and here, which is 1/2 inch, and obviously the 1/2 inch long ones. Do that twice. So I'll do it this one again. So long side, short side is exactly the same. 1/2 inch, 2 5/8, 3 1/8, 5 1/4. Long side, 1/2 inch, then 1 inch with just 2, that score line. Turn it round again, 1/2 inch, but you need the score line on the same section, so I'll just turn that over 1/2 inch. So that's it. Now I'll show you how we are gonna do this one. So fold and burnish it, but don't do anything with those little 1/2 inch score lines yet. So you've got that. All right, there's the 2 little 1/2 inch score lines. So what you're going to do, take your scissors. I might draw this with a pencil. So where you've got this part score line, you are going to cut up it, and then you are going to cut up here and just up here. That's what you're going to do. So you've cut up here, and you're going to cut diagonal here. That's it. So up the part score line and just go diagonally. That's it. That's about as hard as it gets. And then you're going to cut away this little square here, little square there. Seriously, that's it. It's not hard at all. And then all you're going to do is you're going to glue that together just the same, but you have these extra pieces. That's it. So I'm going to show you that again. As I said, you would probably look at the calendar and it looks, you would be thinking, oh, that looks complicated. It isn't, because it's broke down into sections. Actually, I want to make loads more. I want to make them in different colours, but I just have nowhere to store them, so I can't really. But so cut up this little part score line, and you're just going to go straight up there. That's it. Up the part score line, straight up there. There you go. And you're going to remove this little square completely. That is very, very simple. Glue down here. I'm just going to glue it together. So two of these, two of these. I'll glue my other 2 bits together and I'll be back. Alright, so we've got our 4 pieces. We're now going to build the frame. This is really simple as well. So the plain pieces with no sides on, bottoms on, they are the side. Alright, so you're going to take one of each piece. What's going to happen is that's going to go in there, And the outside pieces, this piece is going to go over and that's going to go in, and it's going to make your frame. So you need, let me get this right. So you need right, let me get it right. Yeah, you need glue on the outside of here, because that is going to go inside here, and then you need and then you need glue on the two inside pieces, so outside and two inside. And then you're going to pop this in here like this. Can you see? That is going to glue like this. Now hold this for as long as it takes to glue. You want it, you know, nice and secure. That bit goes over, so that would be the back of the calendar. Just keep that together until it's glued properly. Get it as tidy as you can. But that's how you build the frame. Normally just put the two side pieces on first. So again, you want glue on the two insides and then the outside of the flap. And that's what I mean about it being simple. It's just broke down into sections. Although it might look hard, it actually isn't when you break it down. You're building it sort of piece by piece. Okay, that's what you should have, and then this goes on the top. So again, glue on the inside, the outside of the flap, and just keep gluing this together. There you go. Personally, I think that's pretty simple. There's your frame. So now we've got a piece of card which we are going to put on the back being the bit where these, you know, little bits are shown. So this measures 9 inches by just slightly over 10 inches, and that's going to go on the back. So I'm going to glue this on now. There you go, that's the frame. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your boxes, and they are going to get stuck in here. Now it will be a bit tight to get them in, but they do fit, and then obviously that's why you need to make sure this is all glued together. But before we do that, I've got a little piece of patterned paper which might go in there. I'm going to trim it. Yeah, it's about 8 inches by 3 inches, but I think I'm going to have to trim a little bit off. So a bit more, and this is going to be like the back. So I stick this in now, which just makes it a bit easier to get in the right place. So you're going to put your boxes in, and I've just obviously got mine where it's red, white, red, white, and there's going to be 12 boxes. They're going to get glued up like that. You can hot glue them, which is a bit quicker actually. But it's up to you how you glue them. Remember to put them the right way as well. You want the little circles at the top. You see, that will cover that anyway, so it's just easier than putting it in afterwards. So they will all get glued into there like that. Okay, now obviously this is going to be your shelf where you're going to have your little display or whatever. If you want to have this bigger, just make the side panels bigger. They were 10 inches, you could make them 12. You won't have to alter the top and bottom, just the sides if you want this bit to be bigger. It's up to you, but then obviously you'll have to make everything else bigger, like the back. That's it really though, you wouldn't have to alter the top and bottom frame. So I'm going to start to glue these in. As I said, I think I'm just going to use a bit of hot glue. So just a little bit of glue just on the bottom, and just glue your box in. Now, if you want to put lights in it, so now that I've made them this colour, I need to work out, like, you know, red, white, I need to work out, so that would be red, white, red, white, red, white. Is that right? No, red. Yeah, so the very top box in the left hand corner is where I've put the lights. So what you're going to want to do is the top here, you're going to want to make a hole. Let me see if I've got... Yeah, I could just use this hole punch. I'm just going to... Now that's going to be to thread the lights through. So I'll put mine in the top left hand, so make sure that box goes in up there. So just carry on, just glue them all in on top of each other, and then I'll be back. Right, so one side is done, this side is to do. So what I'm going to do now is I think we will put the lights in. So I've got some little multicoloured lights. I'll show you how I did this, it's really easy. So multicoloured, tangled or not. I'm going to slot them through the drawer. I mean, fair enough, one drawer will have some little lights in, but it's okay. They are 2 by 2, so they're quite big inside. So just put this up through here. Just pull your lights through. Now, I just kind of wrap mine around my little ornaments and things, because you can't really poke holes and push them through or anything, because this in effect is then going to be the front of your calendar box, so you don't want really stuff like that through the back. So there's the lights in there. Now, to decorate, what I did was I got some of this snow blanket. I think it was for 99p or 1.99 from Home Bargains. It's basically just like a cotton wool sheet, really. It's got the tiniest bit of glitter on, but I wouldn't even call it glitter. I think most of it fell on the floor when I got it out the bag. But anyway, you could just use paper or card to decorate yours. And what I did was I just measured this, because this is going to be the shelf. So it should be about 2 inches by about 8 inches. Well, about 8 1/8. And I just sort of cut it in my trimmer. Now, it doesn't cut all the way through, but at least it leaves the sort of marks for you to, you know, snip the rest with scissors. So about 2 inches. It doesn't cut all the way, but you can just snip them pieces off. And then about 8 1/4 inches. So that's how I did that. And that will get glued over in there like that for my snow. Now, the little ornaments, I bought these from Amazon. It was just like a little set of trees, but these are too big. This is why I'm saying, if you want to make this bigger, just cut them to 12 inches instead of 10. So no doubt I'll use them on something else. So no, these ones are no good, they're too big. But I did get, it was a set, you got really cute little ornaments, little sleigh, Rudolph. So I'm going to put the same ones in. Oh, you even got a little street light look. More little penguins. I have got a few smaller trees left. Only 3 though. You get Santa, more penguins, and obviously I got these whole thing with it as well. So I am just going to glue mine in. You get a little seat as well, like a little plastic seat. So just decide what you want in yours, you know, kind of work out where you're going to have them, and then I will wrap the lights around then, because on this one I wrapped some around the trees. But you could just use, you know, card, like say if you've got some little like die cuts or little cut aparts from paper pads, you could just stick them in. Anything you want, you know, you don't have to do it this way, but I knew what I wanted to do with it. So I mean, if you don't have that, you could just get cotton wool and just stick cotton wool in, because obviously that's just like really cheap sort of, I don't know what it is really, but you know, it does look, it's a good effect for snow. So I started off by just putting a bit of hot glue down. Obviously don't glue any over the lights. Just a bit of hot glue in there. And then just take the little blanket and just glue that in. Like so. And then I can decide where I'm going to have my little ornaments, and I did the same with them. I just glued them in as well. So I might have first tree here. So I'm going to wrap some of the lights around it. Just hot glue on the bottom. Just glue them in. Back. Right, so did that one, that's how I've done it. I'll show you it all lit up when we're done, and obviously I'd already done that one, so I still have, this one's a bit wonky actually, but never mind, it's handmade. I've still got the numbers to put on there. So you want a piece of paper which is 2 inches by just over 8, I think. And we're going to join them together. So that's that done. Right, so that's the 2 tops covered. Now it will close together like this. So these pieces here are where I want the ribbon. So I've cut 2 pieces which should be just under 2. Is it just under 2? Yeah, these are just under 2 inches by 9 3/4. You need 2 of them, but we're going to join it with card. So I've cut a piece of card which is, oh sorry, that bit's for the back, ignore that. So yes, get your 2 pieces. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put a little hole, or a little slit rather, or just roughly in the middle. I'm just going to make just a little slit. Just like that, can you see? Because I've got some ribbon here which is Merry Christmas. I have these on my website. You get 6 in a pack for £2.99. They're really nice ribbons as well, because they're going to go through here like this, so that when they get glued here, it will be glued down under there. So I think I might use Fabri-Tac. And then I would cut off, I'll cut off probably a little bit extra, so I don't want to be short on it. So that's the bit done in that one. And then I want to do the same, but obviously I want to try and get the ribbon the same height. So I'm just going to mark it with a pencil. It's roughly about here. You can measure it if you want to, but if I can get away without measuring things, I will. That's actually not that bad. I'm going to let them dry before I start tying them together because I don't want them to come out. So we've got that. Now turn it round. This will be the back. So piece of card which is 4 by just under 10, and this is what's going to glue the back together. So let me just double check. So I'm going to score this in the middle. So score this in the middle. Right, so it's just slightly over 4, so I'm just going to score it at 2. So score it at 2 inches straight down the middle. And fold it in a valley fold. So this is the back, remember? So yeah, so this is what is going to glue this together, and you want the fold obviously in the middle. So we want, I'll glue one side at a time. And you want the fold to be just on the edge. See, that's how we are joining them, so you want to pull it pretty tight. Get it nice and tight, and then glue that one over there. And then that will create the hinge to open them. Just see, I've also cut some paper to go over these, just under 2 inches wide by just under 10 inches, but I'll have the sizes on my blog, and that's for the back. So as you can see, that is the back, the hinge, the fronts. That's for our ribbon. So this is what will be, yeah, this will be the front. So I've cut my paper. I'll have the size up on the screen actually, so I'm going to put this on the front, and then I've cut an identical piece for the back as well. So I'll stick this down, put that on, and I'll be back. So put that on the back, as I said, if you're upside down, if you wanted to, you know, write a message on. I've tied the ribbon, and that's the front, and it is finished. Oh my god, I absolutely love this thing. You open it up, inside you've got this beautiful calendar. So I'm gonna put the lights on and I'll be back. Hang on. Yeah, right, sorry, it wasn't finished because I hadn't done the numbers. Anyway, I have, so I want to show you. So that is how it all looks now on the outside. And then when we open it, isn't this just something else? How gorgeous is that? And it will just stand up like that. That is beautiful. I love this. Now, the boxes, they actually are pretty big, so I think, oh yeah, they would definitely hold a Ferrero Rocher. This is a little Santa. Yeah, it would even hold that. and he is 2.5 inches in length, so yeah, it would hold a good few things. You could even maybe make it if someone and fill it with like little bits of makeup and stuff like that. It doesn't just have to be chocolate. But yes, I'll have all the info on my blog. I can't wait to see you make these ones, because the ones I've seen of the wreath from last week are just amazing. These numbers are these. They're from Tim Holtz. They're called alphanumeric veracity, but they actually cut out 3 pieces, so you can have different colours, like layer them different colours if you want to. That's what I use for the wreath as well. But yeah, it looks really complicated, but it is not at all. So hope you like it, and I'll be back again next week. So thanks for watching, take care, and bye for now.